All right, welcome to another episode of Obscure Mics. Today I have with me what I was hoping would be my end-all podcasting mic, the Beyerdynamic M99. But, focus, man, it's not. But, anyways, I'm here with it one more time, back in the Britney shirt. And the Beyerdynamic M99, which is a broadcast and / kick drum microphone that I got off of Sweetwater, a used deal on Sweetwater. Got it from a seller. Great dude. Helped me out a lot to get it in. And this is the Beyerdynamic M99. Can't talk right now because I'm already focused on everything I got to do in this video, which is switches, and more switches. Not really. Let's take a look at it. So you got that classic end-address broadcast dynamic microphone look, and then you've got on the bottom some switches. Right now we're set on the flat mode, and we've got an EQ mode with 2 EQ options on the opposite side of the mic. Let's go ahead and get down to it with this. I'm not going to leave it on this mode for very long. This is basically the kick drum mode. This is no EQ. The EQ on this is meant for voice. So, any info you want to know about this as well, recordinghacks.com did a podcast microphone shootout in which this was the writer's choice, basically, the tester's choice. He preferred this microphone out of all the others. That includes an SM7B. That includes an Electro Voice RE20. So I was like, I've got to try this thing out. And then when I plugged it in on this mode, I was like, that is dark. My God, that's dark. So let's brighten it up and bring it into more of a broadcast tone by going to the EQ switch right now. And we'll just go to the top position of the EQ switch, which I believe is just a high-pass filter. One moment. Okay, so this is the EQ with the high-pass filter. So the EQ switch on the back to the up position. This is how it sounds. Instant improvement to me as far as podcasting goes. This is better. Still has that low end, has, more clarity up top, but it is a little bit shrill sounding, just a tad. I don't believe in my time using it, this was not my favorite setting. I believe the down EQ position was my favorite setting. Although this is better. This is better than the flat. But there is some uses for the flat. I could see myself doing like narration in the flat mode. Just to give that, especially if it's a dark and brooding story, that would sound pretty good. So this is the high pass filter. Let's go to the other EQ setting, which is intended for voice. So let's go ahead and enable that now. Okay, here is that EQ switch enabled. A lot of the shrillness goes away. There's still some clarity, not quite as much, and you still get that low end. But in my opinion, the reason this is not the end-all podcast mic for me is it just sounds a little muddy. So on my voice, the top switch was a little shrill. The bottom switch is a little muddy. The flat mode is just a little too flat. And for a $400 mic that doesn't fit my voice, it wasn't the end all for me. I'm still searching for that end all mic. I am so particular and so picky about these microphones and my voice. My voice is so strange. I just, granted, an SM58 sounds great, but when I go on the Back Row Fantasy Show live, I want to look cool. I want the broadcast. I want the thing, I don't want like a stage mic hanging in front of me. Shallow mic user, man. Shallow mic user. So anyways, this is the setting that I think sounds best on my voice. If you disagree, let me know in the comments below. But to be clear, I got this off Sweetwater, off a used dealer. I believe for $220 is what I paid for it total, $220. Was excited about it. It just didn't work out. It is a super cardioid polar pattern, so you go around to the sides and it really cuts off immediately. And then from the back, you actually get just a little bit more noise, but the sides cuts it off pretty quickly. Let's do plosives first, because I already know what proximity is going to be like. So Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled pineapples. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled pineapples. Then we get right up on this thing, and the proximity effect is absolutely evident. This thing, as close as you want to get on it, it'll just get deeper. This is I'm clipping, it gets so deep. I'm going to quiet it down just a little instead of messing with my levels. But this is the problem that I had with this mic on the Back Row Fantasy Show. I move my head. I move my arms. I get into what I'm doing, and sometimes I get in too close, and it would just get deep. So I myself do not prefer that major proximity effect on a podcast. Again, other applications, sure, it's useful. Podcasting, I'm not good at keeping the mic 6 to 7 inches away. Sometimes I move in, sometimes I move out. It happens. So this mic did not end up being the one for me, which I was sad about. I really wanted to be down with the M99. I want to be cool with it. Just didn't work out. But do I think it's a good mic? I do. I really do. I think it has a good sound. Some of the podcasts I did with it, when I dialed it in the way I wanted, I was mostly happy with it. But I hate to just constantly be trying to dial it into perfection. My co-host has a MXL BCD1 that I got him, thinking it'd be good for his voice, and I nailed it. It sounds great on his voice, but it didn't sound good on mine. Not to me, anyways. So the hunt for that perfect podcast mic still goes on. Something flew across my room. I was like, I'm as bad as, a squirrel or small animal that's like just terrible. So Beyerdynamic M99, we went through some of the rigors on this thing. I'm going to keep it in this mode. If you liked either the other two modes and prefer to hear singing on that, sorry, I guess. But in honor of the Brit, I'll just stick with that. So, man, she's not easy to sing. She's more talented than you think, but I think the real reason I'm stalling is because I honestly don't know the lyrics to some of the songs. Like, I know them once it's on, but it's not like I bought this Britney shirt and went and popped an album in. No, brought this Britney shirt and thought, this will be fun for people to, like, glance at me. Like, what's that dude doing wearing a Britney shirt? What's that chubby bearded guy doing wearing a Britney shirt? Don't judge me. That's what I'm doing wearing a Britney shirt. Hit me, baby, one more time. I can't even do it. Yeah, I can. Oh, baby, baby, why can't you see? My loneliness is killing me, killing me. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. I might have to break out my instruments and do a cover of One More Time by Britney Spears. Or is it Baby One More Time? I don't effing know. I give up. Anyways, Beyerdynamic M99. I have to go with the you know what? Just track my face, camera. That's all I need you to do. Don't lose it. I know it's ugly. It's hard to stare at, but just track it. Beyerdynamic M99. Have to go with the yellow light. I think it could be a great mic on your voice. I hear the potential in it. I think it could be a fantastic mic for someone. Just not for me. It just didn't work out. Too much proximity effect. A little bit too shrill at the top. Just didn't work for me. Hopefully, if you are interested in this mic, it can work for you. So, Beyerdynamic M99 and Bark, Obscure Mics. Peace out.